Hey guys, today I want to share with you how easy it is to create a simple yet affordable outdoor food buffet table. You know, that kind of food buffet table that you're using for barbecues, casual get-togethers. Oftentimes they're either in your backyard or just at the local park. And most likely you're using an ugly folding table like the one I have behind me, or you're using the picnic table at the park. But in either case, they're kind of dinged up. They're definitely ugly and they're probably pretty dirty, so you want to cover them. I'm going to show you how easy it is to cover, stay within a really inexpensive budget. I'm Nicole with The Door on the Table. I'm really excited to share this with you. A couple quick tidbits first. I'm not going to be sharing any food dishes or prepping for food, so if that's something you're looking for, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be covering it in this video. This is purely about making your food buffet table, elevate it, make it look attractive for your friends and family. The other thing is that since it's very close to 4th of July, I'm basing it on that theme, on a 4th of July or patriotic theme. So this overall theme can be incorporated either again into 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, anything that has that patriotic feel. But the overall concept and ideas I'm giving to you can really be used for any event, any color scheme. So just remember that you don't need to base this off of a red, white, and blue patriotic look and feel to your outdoor food buffet table. So let's get started. I cannot wait to share this with you. As I mentioned, I'm starting with my ugly folding table because it's perfect for what you'd be using at any type of outdoor gathering, you know, that you're having friends and family over, and it's a very casual event. The other thing though too is that with this being such an ugly table, you definitely want to cover it. I definitely want to cover it. I want to hide all of the dings, scratches, and stains that are on it. So with that in mind, when I went to Dollar Tree, I found and picked up a few of their really cheap tablecloths. They have rectangular tablecloths and they have round tablecloths. Also, since I am working off of a patriotic 4th of July table setting, I picked up the red, white, and blue tablecloths. I picked up one of each color. And I'm going to show you how that's going to help elevate the overall look and feel of this food buffet table. First, I'm starting with the white one. Now, the white one, as you can see, I picked up as the rectangular tablecloth. For the blue and red tablecloths, I picked up round tablecloths. Now, I understand that might not make a lot of sense right now. Like, why with one folding table am I using 3 tablecloths? Why am I using one rectangular one and 2 round ones? It's really, I think you're really going to find this fun, and how easy it is just to use these cheap tablecloths in elevating the look of this food buffet table. And the best part of all is that these type of tablecloths you do not care about at the end of your event. You know, food can spill on them, they can rip, something can happen to them, and all you're going to do is ball them up and throw them in the trash. Less to bring home with you, nothing that you need to wash or be concerned about at the end of your function. So first, I'm going to put this white rectangular tablecloth on my table, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing with the red and the blue one. All right, so with my white tablecloth in place, you can already see how it's covering the bottom of my table. It's hiding those legs. It's covering the ugliness of the top of my table. And I know most people, this is just good and they're done and they just put the food on top of the table. But let's elevate it a little bit more. Let's take it up a notch. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my red and my blue tablecloths. So with my blue one, I'm going to completely unwrap it so I've got the full circle shape. Okay, I know this isn't making much sense, but let me share with you the next thing I'm going to be incorporating into this before I start with my red tablecloth. So I found this Patriotic Bow. Look how cute it is with these stars and the stripes, and check out the back. See this twist tie? This is going to be really helpful, and I'm going to show you why. But I picked this up at Dollar Tree as well. It matches pretty decently with the blue tablecloth they have, and I'm going to incorporate this in just a second. So I've taken it off of that backing, and I've got my twist tie here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather my blue tablecloth into this corner here. I'm going to create like a swag effect with it. I'm going to pull it up here at the bottom. And as you can see, I'm actually leaving the white to be visible because I want that look with the blue and the white underneath it. And I'm going to bunch at the corner right here what I've pulled together. The other thing too is I'm trying to kind of keep the blue halfway, but I want it to go a little past. So it's kind of rough. It's just eyeball. There's nothing specific or exact measurements or anything that I'm doing, just eyeballing it all. So I've bunched it all up here. Then I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to take that twist tie and I'm going to tie it around the back of what I've bunched up. I'm going to make it nice and tight because I do not want this to fall, and I want to keep it bunched up so that it has that look and feel I'm going for with my table. There we go. Look how cute that is. I mean, look at that. Isn't that adorable? Now I can just go ahead and smooth out the tablecloth. My idea is to keep it right here on the corner, just so you understand where I'm kind of, my thought process is that it's just right on the corner of my folding table. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with my round red tablecloth. So again, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take and bunch it up on this corner, and I'm going to take that bow and tie it off here. A quick little note, I am trying to make sure that the base of this one matches the base of that one so that they're the same length. That way there's consistency on this tablescape. Okay, I'm definitely going in the right direction of what I'm trying to accomplish right now, but you can already see I've got blue swag, red, white, and blue theme. I'm definitely giving some visual attention to the overall look and feel of this buffet table setup. The next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to start working on the actual tabletop itself. Okay, so whenever you're doing any kind of buffet table setup, you definitely need to start with the plates. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you always put the plates at the very front of the line of where you're going to have your guests, the direction your guests are going to flow in. So if my guests want them to start here, I need to make sure that the plates are positioned right here at this end of the table. I found these really cute ones at Dollar Tree. You know, just $1.25 for 12 plates. I love that this plaid pattern and that we've got the fireworks. Very patriotic, very much working with my overall color scheme. And they're just a little different, but they're also nice and heavy for an outdoor buffet table. So I'm gonna just take and put these right here in the corner. If I can get the plastic off of them. There we go. Just right here is where I'm going to put them. Now, next thing I'm going to address is the food placement and how to easily create an attractive way of presentation for a food buffet table. Let me grab what I'm going to share with you. Okay, I have two different things here. And why these work so well, I've got two different crates. I've got your standard plastic, milk crate, nothing special. A lot of us have some of these laying around, maybe we were storing stuff in them, you've used them for kids stuff. Who knows what you've got your plastic crates for. We actually have some in the garage, doesn't matter. Or you can use wooden crates. Now I got these at Michael's or Joann's years ago, and I actually happened to use them for a buffet table that had a patriotic theme. Let me show you. I actually painted the slats red and white. Check it out. Isn't that perfect? But I'm actually not going to be using it the same way on this table. But besides these crates becoming very useful for an outdoor buffet table setting, they are also very useful for carrying what you're bringing with you to the event. Now again, maybe this is at a local park and you need to carry everything with you out to where the picnic tables are, where you're setting up. Crates, obviously wonderful for putting anything in and carrying it to the location. And then once you've taken out everything that you've brought with you, use the crate for your buffet table setup. I'm going to show you how. Same and similar idea with the wooden one. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm using these to add height to my buffet table. Height creates visual interest. It allows your guests' eyes to flow up and down along the buffet table, instead of what most of us are very used to, and that when we have a buffet table and we go to somebody's gathering, all of the food is laid out across the table, all at one height, unless somebody brought a dish that stands up higher, but everything is just equal level. These crates are providing visual interest because they're adding height to the table. But the other thing they're doing that is really key is they are also giving another level of where more food dishes can be placed. So you're almost creating a second table on top of your table. And I'm going to show you what I mean in just a moment. But first, instead of what I've done in some past videos, is I've shown about putting a crate down like this and then draping something over it so that it's hidden. I'm not hiding my crates. Again, outdoor, casual, inexpensive, visually appealing though. So that's why I think either one of these crates work. Now, I'm not suggesting that you use both of them combined. I'm saying either or. I wouldn't do both of these together, but I wanted to give you that visual idea of what I'm referring to. So take the crate and maybe bring it even towards where you've got the plates. If you've got the plates just on one corner, put this in the corner, put a crate in the corner as well. Now the other thing too is you can have varying heights of crates, but make sure that you're using the open end, that it's not being covered. And then we'll take our second crate and we'll put it, let's put it on the other side. And maybe we could put it actually just right next to the first crate. Or depending on what you've got going, you could put it down here on this end. But I think I'm just going to put them right next to each other. You can already see a transformation on this food buffet table. That visual interest that the height is being created by these crates. Next, I'm going to show you what to do with your utensils and your napkins. Okay, so when it comes to putting the utensils on your buffet table, I want you to put them on the opposite end of your plates. Most of the time when I go to food buffets and at somebody's house or at an event that they've created themselves, I almost always see the utensils next to the plates, because in people's mind they want to pick up the plate and all of the utensils all at once. But don't do that. Please don't do that when you're setting up your food buffet table. And the reason why, when you think about it, is that when you're picking up your plate, you now need to load it with all of the food. So you need one hand to hold the plate, and you need the second hand to dish out the food onto your plate. When you've got utensils in that hand that's trying to hold the plate, it's just that much harder to hold onto. So if you can put the plates on one end, allow your guests to put all of the food on their plate as they go through the line, and keeping that hand free. When they get to the end of the line, they can then take the utensils they want and go sit down. I know some people put the utensils on the tables that their guests are going to be sitting at, which is a great alternative. But if that's not an option for what you're doing and you want to put them on your food buffet table, put them on the opposite end at the end of your food buffet. Now, I've got two ideas on how to or where to place your spoons, knives, and forks. And the first one is, I found these wonderful buckets at Dollar Tree. Look at this. I found a blue and white one. I found a completely red one. And I found a striped red and white one. Look how cute the three of these are together. Red, white, and blue. Aren't they not perfect for a patriotic tablescape? I'm going to use these for my spoons, knives, and forks. Now I'm going to show you a trick with these. Because these are metal and there's this nice shiny surface, you can take a dry erase marker and you can write on them. So on this one, I'm just going to write forks. Like so. And trust me, this is dry erase. You can easily wipe it off. In fact, I'm going to wipe off the S. Look at that. See how easy that is to clean up? You do not need to worry about this being permanent if you want to reuse it for something else. Maybe you've got little kids, little grandkids. These are perfect little buckets for gifts, for any other purpose. So not just for putting the utensils in. Now let me grab my forks. I want to share another tip with you. Okay, so often, I'm going to turn the bucket. Most of the time when I see people putting utensils out on buffet tables, they put them handles down, like this. This is what you see when you're going through the food buffet. And the reason why I know people do this is that way people think, hey, you can easily see this is a fork. You don't need to write on the bucket to tell people what it is. But don't do this, please. This is a huge no-no when it comes to setting up a food buffet, and I'm going to show you right now the reason why. Let's say I'm a guest and I'm going through the food line and I've come to the end and I need to pick up my utensils. Now I need to go grab a fork and take one. What did I just do? I probably touched 3 or 4 other fork tines that I will not be using, that somebody else is going to be taking and putting this part of the fork in their mouth. And I've just now contaminated it. I've touched it and somebody else has to eat off of it. So that's why you do not put handles side down in a bucket or other container for your utensils. What you do, you take them and you put them so handles are up, which is why it is so important to have the label on the outside. That way your guests know what utensil this is and they can easily grab and go. So I'm I'm going to do that now with the spoons and forks, and I'm going to show you then another idea I have for the utensils. So the other idea I have for utensils, sometimes people don't like using buckets like that. They're afraid they're going to tip over or something that they're going to spill. So another option is that I found at Dollar Tree are these little trays. You can see they come 3 to a set, 1, 2, and 3. And what you could do instead is you could take and put all 3 of these out so that they're lined up right next to each other. And they are the perfect size for knives. See how well a knife can fit in there? Isn't that perfect for knives? So just imagine you've got your knives, forks, and spoons, and you can put them right next to each other. Again, people can easily see what they are. They can easily just grab the handle side and move on with their food. So that's a second option, an idea that you can use when you're setting up your food buffet table. So I'll just put those right next to each other here, and I'm going to put my utensils lined up here. Whatever works for you space-wise on where you're going to put your utensils. Again, though, at the end of the food buffet table. Now, to share with you what to do with your napkins, I have an idea. Also at Dollar Tree, they have this setup. It's actually called, I kept the label on so you can see what it says. It actually says Essentials Utensil Caddy. So it's specifically for utensils. And they've shown knives, forks, and spoons. And let me see if I can you can see this very well. I think it's really faint even on my end. But they did the no-no. They've got these spoons, knives, and forks facing up. Handles down. We don't want that. We want handles facing up and the tines and everything facing down. But I like this caddy. I think it's cute. It's inexpensive. It doesn't take up much space, and it's perfect for these napkins. Look how cute these are. I found these also at Dollar Tree. I'm going to just take and put the napkins inside this bucket like that. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? And you could fill it with napkins, but they're contained and people can easily just grab one napkin and go. So I'm going to take and put these next to my utensils. Maybe I'll just put them in the back here for now. Let's move this up. There we go. And that way, grabbing utensils, grabbing napkins, and sitting down. Let me show you why I decided to put these crates here and the reason for why they're why they're open like this. So again, the idea I have is that multiple people are bringing their food dishes to this buffet, this food buffet, and you need to make sure there's enough space for all of them. I know, how often is it that when you go to a food buffet, you're suddenly trying to move things around and make sure that there's enough space on the table for all of those dishes. By providing these crates, what you're doing is you are allowing a container, a dish like this one, to go underneath or on the bottom. This size will actually fit in either one, and then a second one to go on top. So I've essentially taken this space that's on my buffet table, and instead of just one food dish going there, I now have 2 food dishes that are on that food table. So I can actually add more food dishes to my buffet table. But it also is elevating the visual look and looks nicer because of that visual. People can still see, they can still serve themselves, and it creates another height and another surface for food dishes. Right, going along these lines, there's something that's really important to put on your food buffet table. I'm gonna grab it really fast. All right, and that is spoon rest. Now, I know this might sound a little silly, but think about how often you've been at a buffet table and the spoon, maybe it's slipping into the food dish, and maybe it's half of it's gone and now the spoon is sitting inside of the dish. Or maybe you need to put the lids back on because of friendly insects or something else that you want to keep the bugs away from the food. Where do you put those utensils? Dollar Tree again. These both came from Dollar Tree. Just super simple plastic spoon rests. Don't cost much, very affordable, and you can just take and put them on your table next to the food dishes. Actually, in this case, I could actually put my spoon rest right next to it. So that way, people know that's where that spoon or serving utensil is going to get placed, is on that. And you don't really care about the tablecloths in this respect. It's more just about not having all of that food get gunky and all over the surface, and just keeping it a little nicer, but at the same time more attractive and elevating the overall look and feel of this outdoor buffet table. So this is kind of the idea that I'm going with. I'm just going to add some decoration and then we're done. If you've ever been to Dollar Tree, you'll notice that they have these nice heavy balloon weights. But take a quick look. Look at the stars in there and the overall look and feel. Is this not perfect for a patriotic tablescape? They actually came in red, silver, and blue. And then they had specific ones for 4th of July, that patriotic feel with all 3 colors combined. You could use these and attach some helium balloons to them and have the helium balloons, kind of sticking it from the table. That would be really cute. You could even use them on a centerpiece. But I thought that they would really help give a little bit more of a visual attractive quality to this outdoor food buffet table. And they're also going to act as weights for this tablecloth. Now these are thin, flimsy tablecloths. If a strong gust of wind comes, and now you will have food dishes on here, but when you're setting up, if a strong gust of wind comes up, it's going to blow those up. So maybe weighing down the corners for more practical reasons, these are really handy, but they also are adding that visual funness and work with the overall theme of a patriotic tablescape. So I got a few of these and I'm just going to kind of scatter them around this table. Obviously, you kind of need to play with it a little bit, step back, get an idea as to what you think, what needs to be changed and moved around, but adding that little pop and a little bit more visual interest definitely helps the overall look. I've got one more thing though to add to this tablescape. Okay, so the other thing I found was this tinsel, this wonderful garland from Dollar Tree, and see how it's red, white, and blue, but it's also got the stars, and they're red on one side and silver. So the colors match perfectly with the balloon weights, and they coordinate with my plastic tablecloths. I'm just going to take and drape this on the table. And this is one of those pieces that might end up getting moved around once people's food dishes comes, but that's okay. I mean, it's really easy to handle and work with simple garland like this. And I really like it though because it's going to create some movement on the table. It's not just straight linear. So we could easily take and drape it and move it around. So I'm going to play with it. Let's see what I end up with. All right, I think that's gonna work. It did take me a little bit. As you can see, when I'm playing, I step back, I take a look, I move things around. I'm pretty happy with this as it is right now, but honestly, I would probably play with it a little bit longer, but I don't wanna waste your time watching me play and move things around that much. I think this is a wonderful outdoor food buffet table setup that, as you can see, it was really easy to do. It's really attractive and it's very affordable. I mean, honestly, the only things that I already owned are the crates and the utensils. Everything else I got from Dollar Tree, and my bill was less than $30. I'm pretty positive. What do you think of my easy, very affordable 4th of July outdoor food buffet table? Is it something that you could easily recreate? If you enjoyed my video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Remember, a wonderfully set table is a gift to those gathered around it, or in this case, a wonderfully set food buffet table. I hope you enjoy your next outdoor gathering with your friends and family, and I look forward to seeing you next time here at the table. Bye.